talking about another type of moving, a couple of your good colleagues, General Petraeus and General Hayden, have moved from defense to CIA, to lead the CIA as director. Do you find closer cooperation now between the Pentagon and the CIA? You're doing a lot of work together, between drones, all types of stuff. Do you find the cooperation closer these days?
Oh, my experience, I wasn't very closely associated with the CIA while General Petraeus was there, or Director Petraeus was there, but I had the great privilege of working for Mike Hayden while he was director of the CIA. The cooperation then was...
That was for 2 years, right?
I worked actually for him a little over a year, almost a year and a half, and then I worked for Director Panetta behind him for about a year and a half. Both of them, very different people, fantastic people to work for. It was a privilege for me. But the cooperation in those days was fantastic, and it had been good for a while. It's interesting because the organizations are very, very different. They have different priorities, they get different direction, they're very different sizes. The CIA is much smaller than the Department of Defense. They try and do things a little bit under the radar scope, whereas the Department of Defense brings a heavy footprint to just about everything we do. And so it's not really compatible all the time, and yet the cooperation between the two is remarkably good. And the reason is because the people are very similar. When I said that when I worked at CIA, I got a lot of pushback from the CIA employees, but the reality is the people there are very much like the people in the military. They do what's right because they believe it's right. They try and do the right thing for the nation. They're very patriotic. They take care of each other like a family. It actually felt a lot like being in a military unit.